What's up, guys? MMAGAME here, bringing you another video. This video, I'm using Jacare Souza going up against Robert Whitaker, a fight that just happened in real life. Let me know what you guys thought of that fight if you've seen the real fight. I actually enjoyed the fight. Really surprised with Whitaker's speed and also just the way how comfortable he looked and his just overall, you know, I don't know, patience. He had a lot of patience in the fight. So I think Robert Whitaker could really do great things at middleweight. And if he fights Bisping, I definitely would favor Whitaker to win. But I am actually using Jacare Souza in this fight, one of my favorite fighters to use in the game. He's got a really good jab. He's got obviously super crazy submissions. And his striking's actually really good too, and you can sneak in some of his heavy shots if you know, get into a scrap or get into a brawl. But what I'm doing with this guy, and what I've tried to do a little bit more of, is just to be a little bit more patient and not throw as many strikes. As you can see, I'm sort of making him throw and trying to make him miss more, which makes his stamina go down right there. I've just been really trying to make my opponent work to try to get damage done, and if they don't, sometimes in the past I would just rush forward and go straight at them, and usually that doesn't end up good. Just from the way the game mechanics work, it makes it really easy to counter you when you're just kind of charging forward the whole fight, being the only one who's the aggressor. So I'm trying to move my head, as you can see right there. I'm just trying to touch him basically, just, you know, with little shots, leg kicks, mix it up, head, body. You know, look at that. Boom. Throwing in some uppercuts to the body. But basically, I'm using my movement. I'm trying to use the bouncing mechanic. If you guys don't know, you can sort of bounce in and out off the left analog stick. If you get a little rhythm going, certain fighters bounce different than others. But there, he backs up to the cage, so I take right advantage of that and get into the clinch, which is not something I do. It's something that I use if nothing else is working. Like, if I can't get them down, if I can't get anything going with the striking, or if they're backing up a lot, is the times when I'll use the clinch. So I did put him in the clinch there. Not really too cheese. I went for a couple elbows, but he manages to get out of that. And we are coming to the end of round number 1. I would actually say that I probably lost this round, but I do have a slight stamina advantage, but I pretty much lost that round. He tries to steal the round with a beautiful takedown. That was actually a really good job by him. I don't know how much that actually counts on the scorecard at all, but that was pretty realistic thing that a fighter might do in a real fight. But there's Robert Whitaker right there. His eyes a little bit jacked up. Not too bad though. He's pretty good in the game as well. If you have not used Robert Whitaker, I would highly suggest trying him out. He's got good stand-up, and I don't know how his ground game is, but he is pretty fast, and he can get some good combos going for sure. But I actually, the reason I picked Souza is for the submissions. But if I'm not really going to force the takedown, I'm not really going to force the clinch, so he does have good enough stand-up to stand with most fighters, and his size and his reach is pretty good at middleweight division. So that's basically what I'm doing. And ultimately, I'm just trying to get his stamina low and sort of wear him out and go for the long type of fight where it's a little bit drawn out, and see who is a little bit more patient. Because a lot of people, if you do this, they're just so impatient that they just, in the first round, they can just kill so much stamina, and then if you just keep that patience through the second round, in the third round you can just pour it on them. And that's what I've been liking to do, because you got to mix up strategies, mix up things in this game, because it is, you know, getting a little bit, not old, but, you know, it's been out for a while, no more patches for a while, so you got to mix things up. So I'm trying out all different types of new styles. But look at that, getting some damage done to the head right there, and he backs up and recovers. So he's being pretty patient too. We're both being pretty patient in this fight and have an equal stamina pretty much. I just have a little bit more, but I'm pretty sure he rocks me right here, and this is where I'm in huge danger. He hits me with 2 head kicks, and I'm backing up. See here, I go for the takedown, don't get it, and I am backing up. If you get hit like this, you want to create as much space as you can. And look, see, he's not pressing forward. He could have went for the clinch right there. Probably should have. He's going for body kicks, but I am just out of there. And as soon as my head gets rocked like that, I just go in full recovery mode. That's all I'm trying to do, is get out of range and get out of the way of the strikes. And it's not too hard to do, but if you're him, you want to just be super aggressive, but also know your fighter's strengths and his reach with each shot, so you don't waste your time throwing certain things. But he is really starting to up the aggression a little bit with those body kicks, but I'm also not, going into too much of a defense mode, because that's when you can start, they'll just start popping off combos because they'll get comfortable, find their range. So you don't want to go too defense mode if you're trying to drain their stamina. But look, rocked again right there, and I'm in trouble here with Souza. And then he goes to the body, so I'm really in trouble. I start to almost panic a little bit right there, but I managed to get off the cage and back up again. And like you said, he's not pushing forward to that, but boom, another body kick in Souza. I just go for the desperation clinch right there to try to survive round number 2. I was in full survival mode right there. Check it out, Jacare Souza, and almost finished on multiple occasions. It's a pretty much guarantee that I lost that round, and possibly both rounds, the first round, and I definitely lost that second round for sure. So in this third round, I knew going into it that I'm gonna have to take some risks if I want to actually try to win this fight. So I am gonna play a little bit different this round. I'm gonna go for a little bit more strikes. I'm gonna try to see what I can do, try to get him down. I don't know if I try to get him down or not, but I'm definitely going to have to try to finish him, because there's no way I'm not confident at all about winning the decision. And so that's just what you want to do when you're down 2 rounds. You want to keep a track, a mental kind of track of the fight, see of how it's going. You can also check the stats in between rounds if you actually want to, but I didn't do it because I basically didn't need to. I knew I was losing, especially after that second round, so I didn't check the stats. But you can, if it's a 5-round fight especially, you can actually press start in between rounds. But look at that, rock him right there, back him up. But he is surviving as well, but I'm throwing those head kicks. Those are powerful strikes, those head kicks. And this guy is just getting a little bit too reckless with his head being that red. See, he just needs to back up in recovery. But a beautiful sprawl right there by him. I didn't think he would actually get that sprawl because I was pressuring him. I thought he was a little bit panicky, and I thought I would be able to get the takedown, but I don't, and I'm running out of time. 2 minutes. Robert Whittaker versus Jacare. What's gonna go on? We're throwing head kicks like maniacs right here. Head kick after head kick. I am seeing a little bit more of the head kicks going, but it's a good strike. It has a lot of range, a lot of power, so I can see why a lot of people throw it. But boom, I'm getting out of the way of his head kick and landing my own head kick. Boom, he's throwing head kicks like a madman. Jacare Souza, look at the stamina's pretty low here in the third round. Coming to the end of the fight. I gotta do something to try to win this, but look at that. I accidentally threw an elbow, and I'm like, oh, he has elbows. I don't believe it. So I start throwing some bows with Jacare Souza. Check it out. Boom. Missed that one. But I for some reason, elbows are just kind of underutilized. So I just start throwing them, and they tend to kind of sneak in with range, and you can get like a little bit closer to your opponent. So I really like the elbows. But here we go. 40 seconds. We're both getting a little bit reckless. Boom. Go for one elbow. Boom. Knock him down with the second one, and then pound him out with Jacare Souza. That is the video, guys. Hope you enjoy it. Let me know if you guys are a fan of using Jacare Souza in the comments. Make sure to head kick that like button. Follow me on Twitch TV and Twitter. Till next time, this has been MMAGAME. Peace.
Time now for our fight replay. And let's take a look at the replay. This is the shot that drops him. Perfect technique. He's clearly hurt badly here. Let's take a look at it from another angle here. This is the one that causes the knockdown and the subsequent follow-up strikes for the knockout. Check it out here.